injured here. 2v2 Medean Cliff Mines. Blue team, Stoned Elf Boy plays a Commissar Lord, fights melee, good offense and support. Starts off with this energy shield. Alongside him, Jomanix is a big angry Warboss, walks through cover, melee commander, good offense, disruption and support. HansMoleman on the red team is an Eldar Warlock, fights melee, can leap into melee combat, good mobility with fleet, can also tank and disrupt, great depending on how you kit him out. And alongside HansMoleman is Floid as a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through cover, cannot be suppressed, starts off melee combat, good offense and support, and emits a basic synapse passively. Taking a north, Sentinel tangling with Eldar. Dire Avengers on the field for HansMoleman. Floyd has not got a third unit. There we go. Bit late to get his second Termagant Brood. Not sure what happened there. Jomanix with double shooters. One of them capping, pushing north of the rest. His Warboss not wanting to cap under fire. Sentinel getting some shots off on the Warlock. Here come double guardsmen. No sign of sergeants on these guys, so need to be very careful of that Warlock's Destructor. Sentinel taking tons of damage there. Center is decapped. Red team with an early VP lead. Double Terminus now on the field for Floyd. Looks like Floyd is coming mid, and Jomanix as well. And there's a Destructor, nasty on those guardsmen. Losing two models quickly. These guys still trying to cap, and Sentinel needs to be very careful here. Hans retreating one of his Dire Avenger squads. Floyd up against Jomanix. There's a stomp. Special attack also from the Hive Tyrant. Sluggers in amongst Hormagaunt. Sluggers the first to retreat. Now Hormagaunts go, and the commanders will pressure their opponents' ranged squads. Floyd splitting up his Termagants there, and the shooters being pressured by the Hive Tyrant. Will we see Rending Talons? Still a 1-to-1 cap. Dire Avengers kept in play here by Hans. Chased by the Sentinel, but doesn't want to get much closer than that. Guardsman back at base, so cannot repair. Hive Tyrant still pressuring Warboss, forced off. We do have big shooters on one of the shooter boys. DPS increase also allows them to suppress with aiming. What's that? Now here comes Sluggers, and no Rending Talon, so the Hive Tyrant is in trouble and backs off. Still has double Termagants in play with Toxin Sac, such a great upgrade for Termagants, health buff, damage buff and crippling poison. Sentinel coming mid. Here's the Commissar Lord, gonna try and tie some things up with his shield up. Guardian weapon team of Shuriken Cannon is outmaneuvered by the Commissar Lord, is now in amongst it. And HansMoleman having to retreat. Looks like blue team will take mid. Still no sergeants up for Elf Boy. Focusing on getting a generator, and now Catachan Devils on the field quickly. Versatile infantry with shotguns, grenade launcher and very good melee as well. Help you deal with melee squads, also can disrupt ranged squads with their grenade launcher. Shuriken Cannon number 2 for Hans. Setup team that suppresses by default with that Shuriken Cannon can get a Bright Lance in tier 2. Disrupted by the Kadratans, and well done by blue team. They've taken mid. Warriors on the field now for Floyd. Heavy infantry that emit a basic synapse, can leap into melee combat and just about get away without a loss. Sluggers are still chasing though. Now in retreat. Hive Tyrant has the extended carapace allowing him to charge. Great disruption war gear also adds to the Hive Tyrant's mobility. He can use it to escape as well as pile into combat. HansMoleman needs to get these Shuriken Cannons in order. Here we see an improvised explosives from the Catachans. Floyd is pushing though. Surely he's going to set it off. Wow, missed a huge opportunity to do some serious damage with this thing. Surely he's going to set it off now. He's not paying attention obviously. Those Eldar just sitting there. 488, 463. He's busy microing his army obviously. Shuriken Cannon push forward to suppress. You need to be aggressive with your double shurikens. They are maneuverable enough to support each other. Still hasn't set it off. Double Kadgetons for Stoned Elf Boy. This is something you do not see very often in Elite. Improvised explosives still there, and they will be spotted by Floyd's warriors. Warriors are the detector unit for Tyranids, so that was a big opportunity to do some damage. Missed by Stoned Elf Boy. Pain Boy now on the field for Jomanix, support sub-commander for Orks. Available in tier 1, has power melee, can also heal. And he's catching a Shuriken Cannon in retreat. 434, 463, a double cap for red. They've pushed back very, very well. That explosive is still there. Here comes the Commissar Lord. Warboss with his angry bits and cyborg implants. Barb Strangler up for Floid. That was a special attack, and a bunch of Hormagaunts died there. Can he finish the squad off? 12 hit points. Looks like they'll get away. There's the Barb Strangler, missing the Warboss. Shuriken Cannon, sorry, Sentinel pushing hard, backed up by guardsmen and shooters. Do we have big shooters on both squads? We do. Tier 2 for everyone. Hands will get there first. 2-to-1 cap for blue. It's going to be a triple though. Commissar Lord will take mid, and look at the map control for blue all of a sudden. We're going to bash power as well with sluggers. We'll take them on while though. Don't have their burners up. Warboss here to help, as is the Pain Boy. And Floyd will need to defend. Hormagaunts, double Termagants, Warriors with Barb Strangler, and his Hive Tyrant. No sign of the Rendon Talons. Has extended carapace though. Will he charge these guys? No, just going to walk it in. And here is the charge. Also knocks down allied units, of course. Slugger's getting a heal there from the Pain Boy. Gives you huge health regen. Not a big upfront heal like the Apothecary say. Warboss has a charge of his own. Also buffs his health regen. And when you combine that with the Pain Boy's heal, he gets some absolutely astronomical health regen. Warlock getting very low. No war gear for this guy. 412, 374. Still a triple cap for blue, but Floyd will retake north. Needs to hit power, I think, and he is doing so with Hormagaunts, and they have their adrenal glands. Health buff, damage buff, and a passive charge leap, as you can see there. Double cap. Hands. Needs to push these shurikens forward, I think. Has some rangers now. They can detect infiltrated units and things like explosives and mines and stuff. Some great long range burst damage as well. Jomanix is coming mid though. 412, 336, and HansMoleman loses his Warlock. Just took his eyes off him for a second. Manticore now on the way for Stoned Elf Boy. Needs to be a bit more aggressive with these double Kadgetons, I think. Scared of getting caught by the shuriken as grenade goes in. Nicely done from Hans. Sluggers get a heal and retreat. Widway already on the field for Jomanix. Warboss still level 1. In fact, have any of the commanders leveled? No, they haven't. Do have the Rendon Talons on the Hive Tyrant though. And Floyd coming in from the flank. Warriors replacing their Barb Strangler with Adrenal Glands. Zap up on these Hormagaunts. Zone Thrope already on the field for Floyd. There is the Warp Vomit from the Weird Boy. That very long stun that it has. Hormagaunts need to retreat, I think. Kadgetons in their retreat path though. They're still chasing the Weird Boy, and there is the retreat. Warriors knocked back. Need to be careful going up against Kadgetons in melee. Kadgetons do have power melee damage. Adrenal Gland Warriors are no pushover though. 1575 hit points at level 1. They are reasonably tough. Only 3 members though, of course, so they can cascade and go down very quickly if you're not careful. Here's Jomanix pushing back with that Pain Boy. No sign of his stronger Git Juice, which upgrades his heal, makes it a bit more potent. HansMoleman pushing south. First time I've seen him push south. And he might be able to get a couple of generators down. He has his shurikens mid still too. Nicely splitting his forces. Jomanix, Warboss has reached level 2. There's another heal from the Pain Boy. He's done quite well, I think. In amongst the warriors now, trying to get a model, needs to micro away this weird boy, and he's done so. Floid needs to be very careful here. Warriors lose a model. You see the synaptic shock knocking back and damaging those Hormagaunts. Here's the Zoanthrope artillery unit for Tyranids. Doesn't need to set up and doesn't do friendly fire. Very powerful unit if you can keep an eye on it and protect it with Termagant's Crippling Poison. Has its warp field shield up. 412279. 1-to-1 cap. Tier 3 for Jomanix. Manticore on the field. Heavy artillery with huge range and damage potential, but very vulnerable and slow. It's a great map for the Manticore. You can park it behind this cliff on either side of the map. 412279. There's the 2-to-1. Weird Boy still pressuring alongside the Warboss and the Pain Boy. Might want to run away now though, because here comes Floid in full force. There's a heal on the Warboss. Uses it to retreat. Pain Boy needs to run away now. Weird Boy helps him out with his awesome artillery attack, and he has the Warpath, which now buffs melee damage as well as buffing speed. Here we see an improvised explosives. Good grief, Warlock absolutely massacring Catachans with Ethereal Slash. Also has Cloak of Shadows and Heart of Darkness. Cloak of Shadows, a really awesome war gear in Elite. Combine it with Distort Field and you will have 100% resistance to range damage and great suppression resistance as well. 412204, perhaps a combination that Keltos and the rest of the team might want to look at, since you can run into base with it with Howling Banshees and stuff. Mines dropped by Stone Delph Boy. Just had a very torrid engagement. Hands wiping some guardsmen as well. Floid in retreat in mid. Well, Hormagaunts in retreat in a way. Where's the Hive Tyrant? He's now level 2. Commissar Lord, Power Fist and Stubbornness. Power Fist, the straight up DPS heavy melee weapon. Gonna go down though. Rangers got a big shot in there, combined with the Shuriken, and here's a Manticore strike, I think. Yes. Shuriken retreated just in time. Well, that might have been a dead Shuriken. 412156. South still blue, center decapped for some reason, and north is red. Ouch. Tons of Termagants dying here. In fact, Floid lost a squad. Sluggers. Jomanix really needs to upgrade these guys. They're level 2. Now losing tons of health and retreating a very strange direction. They get a heal as they do retreat, which perhaps saves them. And Jomanix has knobs on the field, and this is why he hasn't upgraded these sluggers. He wanted knobs as soon as he could. 41405156. We have some Commissar Lord dropped mines still lingering around. There's the single cap for red. Can they pull this off? Hans is tier 3, as is Floid. Hans not getting a single tier 2 unit on the field. Stone Delph Boy still in tier 2, now has some Stormtroopers with assault kit with these overcharged hotshot lasguns, and look at them go. They do some crazy DPS from long range. HansMoleman having to back off here. Level 2, Warlock. Still has a single Catachan squad as well, Stone Delph Boy. Sentinel still around. Level 2 has the missile launcher using frag missiles on those Dire Avengers, and it looks like it's kicking off south. Shuriken cannons pushed up by Hans, but here's a Manticore strike, and again just about retreating in time. Also put Distort Field on them to make sure that's a global ability of the Warlock, and another very dangerous and nasty Ethereal Slash. Catachans getting away with 5 models and 85 hit points. There's his passive leap. Warlock did take a slight health hit in the last patch to balance out his awesome leap that he has. 399107, double cap for blue. Floid under pressure at his base, but he has forced off those knobs. But we have another knob squad from Jomanix. Elite tier 3 infantry, heavy melee damage. can also go invulnerable and break suppression with Frenzy. And they can do that because they have Mina and Greener purchased. This is very, very expensive to fully upgrade knobs. 399, 84, 2-to-1 cap. Center is blue. South turning blue. It's going to be a 2-to-1. Here come Dire Avengers trying to decap using Embolden to try and tank some damage. Level 2 with Aspect as well. Zone Throat for Floid. Gene Stealers, and there's a Manticore Strike on the VP. Hans not noticing, might lose the entire squad. Retreats and they do get away. Still, with these double shurikens, there's been a constant pain for Stoned Elf Boy. And he's gone for some artillery spotters perhaps to try and combat that.
Sir, the advantage is ours.
Call in an off-map artillery shell, and they are getting their incendiary shells now. South blue, mid turning red. Ormagaunts linger in there. Commissar back to his feet. Jomanix reviving him, gets to level 3 because of it. Dire Avengers level to 2 here. Rangers still level 1, and Hans will push south, I think. All of these mines spotted by those Rangers. And an Avatar on the field for Hans. Floyd putting up a brood nest here to support these Eldar, allowing him to reinforce. Also a slight health regen buff. Commissar Lord still level 1. Is he going to go up against the Avatar? He is. Here's a Wailing Doom. This is going to be nasty. Just about dodges it with the Cachetons. Stormtroopers get away. Assault Kit also gives them a nice fragmentation grenade, and here we see the Warlock beasting again with that Ethereal Slash. 373, 73, 300 VPs to make up for red. But Hans now looking very strong up against Stoned Elf Boy, who doesn't really have a reasonable way to deal with the Avatar. He does have Stormtroopers, and this Sentinel now has a las cannon in fact. So the Avatar will need to be a lot more careful. Artillery trying to call in a shell, and they do call in a shell. No. Did they? Yes. That was the incendiary shell. 372, 73. Orks against Tyranids, double knobs. And there's a zap as well. Carnifex now on the field for Floyd. And there's a Rox in base. Looks like Floyd has managed to avoid it, but he's having to fight these Orks now. Has put up a brood nest to support him. Zone Throat getting shots off. Jomanix deciding not to push the Zone Throat. And double knobs in retreat. Carnifex took a lot of damage there. Gene Stealers have their rending claws, gives them melee heavy damage. 350, 73. Wailing Doom in retreat, explodes a warrior. And there's a Manticore. 344, 73. Stormtroopers will try and steal this VP, but there are Dire Avengers there. And that brood nest is still there. 334, 73. Stoned Elf Boy still in tier 2. Las Cannon is here though. Unable to fire at the Avatar. These stuff is all infiltrated by the Rangers. 316, 73. Las Cannon trying to hit the Warlock. Rangers level to 2. Artillery spotters coming bottom. Stoned Elf Boy really needs to push south. There's only a couple of Dire Avenger squads here. 294, 73. Here's a Wailing Doom. Might wipe that las cannon. Yes. Triple cap now for red. Surely they have this. 279, 73. Venom Cannon Carnifex on the field. Sluggers with their knob leader now. Jomanix has a pretty nasty melee force. Pain Boy Sluggers, double knobs, and the Warboss with claw. Gene Stealers are there, almost completely wiping those sluggers out with the Zone Throat shot. Here is a Shuriken. Warriors needed to back off. This entire blob now suppressed, apart from these knobs who use Frenzy to break it in amongst the Shuriken now. Carnifex trying to get shots off. Perhaps should have gone for the Barb Strangler against all this infantry. Hans retains south. 214, 73. Still that triple cap, but they will lose mid here. Weird boy shot. Avatar gonna get at least one hit on his knobs. In fact, he's gonna get a member with a sync kill there. Just throws him away. Triple cap still. Blue team will not get center. Avatar comes to save the day there. Jomanix pushing way too hard, trying to take out that Carnifex. Does take out the Brood Nest. What level was this Warboss? He's level 4, almost level 5. Kicking off in the south. Avatar taking a lot of damage. Another las cannon, and again it gets caught by the Avatar. Last one was wiped by a Wailing Doom. 144, 73. Sentinel still around. Here's a Wailing Doom note on this all this infantry. Stoned Elf way too slow to move stuff. Sentinel is wiped immediately. Catachans with 79 hit points and 5 models somehow. Here come a bunch of angry Orks though. Double knobs. Hopefully they are not disrupted by their own weird boy, which often happens. Manticore strike. Avatar is not going to survive, I don't think. Las cannon still getting hits, but retreats. Why did it retreat? 105, 73. Knobs going after the Avatar. Avatar is super heavy infantry, so they will do full damage with their melee heavy chain axes. Headbutts as well, and down goes the Avatar. 87, 73. Double cap for red. Floid taking mid. 5 Tyrants level 3. Still has that Carnifex. Gene Stealers, another Brood Nest going up there. 100 red to get these guys. This one goes down though. And Hans's Dire Avengers forced off bottom. North is turning blue. Triple cap. Double now. 58, 73. Certainly is red's game to lose. Going to take a miracle, I think, for blue to pull this out. We have a Fire Prism now up for Hans. And Seer Council on the way. Artillery spotters really haven't done a lot, I don't think. Manticore takes out the Fire Prism. Nicely done. 45-73. There's the 2-1 for blue. Can they pull this off? They have both the naturals, but Floyd is retaking north. Now he's going to come mid. Dire Avengers pushing forward, perhaps looking for a grenade. Level 3 Dire Avengers. Ouch. Took a ton of damage there. Backing off to the Brood Nest to reinforce. Pain Boy of all things trying to cap. Level 3 Pain Boy has his stronger git source. Catachans in retreat. I'm no idea how these guys haven't been whacked yet. Here comes Seer Council. Elite melee unit with power melee weapons. Leap into melee combat and great mobility, as you can see here. 36, 66. Had Distort Field up there. There's a beautiful plasma grenade on those Orks. Jomanix really blobbing his Orks up in every engagement pretty much. Now he's splitting them, trying to cap with knobs. But Gene Stealers are there, as is the Hive Tyrant with their Rending Talons, which do very nice damage to infantry. Not power melee, but still put out some DPS. 1966. Red team are going to take it with a 2-1, you would think. Knobs are still here though. Did he use Calder Boys? Perhaps he did, because they're all at full members. Never got their knob leaders though. Seer Council in there, as our Gene Stealers. One awesome fight at the end. 1166. Warriors in retreat, just about getting away. Commissar Lord's gone down. Shooters getting owned from range. Rangers now level 3. And red retains center. Here's a Manticore strike, but didn't hit much. Artillery spotters dropped their shell. Where are they? Here they are. North turned blue though. Jomanix with a sneaky Warboss, level 6 now, and has the trophy rack. Constant damage debuff to surrounding enemies. Venom Cannon now getting shots. Power Claw, here's a big stomp. This is a tier 3 Lictor up for Floyd. Warboss retreats there, and center is still mid. Hive Tyrant doing an amazing job holding on to it. Here are Knobs, Sluggers, Pain Boy, Weird Boy. Not sure if you can hold much longer though. 11:51 is still not over. What's going on here? Wartop trying to chase something down. Venom Cannon Carnifex back in mid. I think that was the Bioplasma bugging out, as it often does. Catachan Devil still around, level 2. Now have their Sergeant who has a melter gun. And blue team take mid, 11:45. Hard Boys goes down on these Knobs. That's a global buff from the Warboss, using it to take on the Gene Stealers. And Floid is not using Adrenal Rush on these guys. Perhaps it's on cooldown. See it cancel, trying to tie up the Weird Boy now, tying up the Las Cannon. Ethereal Slash. Knobs in retreat. Red team taking mid again, 8:31, and there is the victory for red. They've taken south. North is turning blue, but it'll be a 2-1 at best, and red team will take it. Stoned Elf Boy got stuck in tier 2, had so much requisition bleed, couldn't get out of there. Jomanix with these double Knobs blobbed them up a bit too much, I think. Great play by Hans with the Avatar, which unfortunately went down, and some crazy ethereal slashes with this Warlock who reached level 6. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.